Oh, it was great talking to my next guest, Pannie Kianzad. She's going to be taking on Bethe Correia coming up here at UFC Fight Night on July 25th. Pannie, how's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are we in your kitchen right now? Where are we?
Yeah, we're in the kitchen.
What are you having for dinner? Because at the time we're recording this, it's about 8 in the morning here in Vancouver, and it's like almost the evening time there. It's like 5:30, right?
It's like 5:40-ish. No, I'm just having my cup of coffee.
Nice. You have coffee at night, really?
Yeah, this is not night though.
Well, evening, I guess. Evening. I'm a dad, so like I go to bed at like 9 o'clock, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I do that too, but like the older I got, the later I can drink coffee without actually staying up.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's a skill.
I drink a cup of coffee before bedtime, and I'm good.
And I should clarify before people give me grief in the comments, it's actually closer to 9 a.m. here, not 8. I just said 8 because we were supposed to do it at 8, but it's all good. Let's talk about this fight, though. You must be pretty happy to get this rebooked because Bethe, obviously former title challenger, pretty big name in the division.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. I've been excited for like months now. But I mean, there's ups and downs of getting this fight rescheduled. Of course, I have to wait, but everybody else has to wait too. So I'm okay with that. I'm just been staying busy, and it gives me more time to work on the stuff, and I've been working on stuff that I usually don't have time to work on in camps. I mean, working on new things, so, we've been training really smart, and I feel in really good shape, and I actually feel like I've never been in this good shape before. And sometimes you think, I've always say that I'm always in good shape, but I feel like in super good shape. And it's kind of weird.
No, I actually, I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of the things we've talked about before is how you really upped your strength and conditioning over the last couple fights, right? I remember there was a point, when you were in Invicta where, things weren't going very well. And then obviously you upped the conditioning and you just you weigh the same, but you look a lot leaner and different. So if it's even better than last time, I'm excited to see how it translates into the cage. You must be pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot when I was in Invicta. I never had when I went pro, I never had like a balanced diet or a balanced strength conditioning because it was only me. I didn't have anybody to help me with that and stuff. And everything I tried, it just didn't fit me, so I've always struggled a bit with finding my off-season weight and what I should be at, and don't overeat when you're off camp. So I never got that. So the last time I missed weight was facing Kaufman. That actually helped me. That was my turning point, you would think, because I never thought it would happen after the Tanya fight. But when I came and faced Kaufman, I felt and this doesn't mean that I would have won the fight. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that I felt like my hair was green, but my face was green. I felt so sick. And that was when I felt sick of myself, I was like, fuck, I need to get this, straightened up. I need to get professional help because I think everything came down to not having the finances to do it, to get help. So that's what I got. So when Invicta called me 5 weeks out and said, you want to fight Bianca and the upcoming Brazilian, I was like, yes. But I'm getting this shit straightened out. So I say yes to the fight, but I contacted a nutritionist that has been my nutritionist from there on, and I have right now. That's been, I think, without him, I don't think I would have fixed it by myself because I have so much to think of. I have to actually fight. So he helped me, and we've been weighing in together. This is the 9th time we will be weighing in together, and it's been MMA fights, it's been Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fights. He helped me with everything. So yeah, it's been amazing, and I'm so happy that people can see the difference because I can feel the difference.
Well, I think you posted a photo, I want to say it was like maybe a year ago, of like showing you at a certain weight and then showing you like now at the same weight, and just there is a huge difference, like just the optics of it. So props to you, because it's tough.
Yeah.
Even me, like I try and eat pretty healthy, but it can be difficult at times. So that's good. You've really made it a priority. And like you said, the results are showing for themselves. So congrats.
Yeah, thanks so much. I feel like I'm putting in like the extra strength conditioning, because when I got signed to the UFC again, I start working on like a real program. And I see my strength conditioning coach like basically every other day, and I've been working off season, in season, and that's where I feel that okay, that's the turning point. Working not really hard, not like burning out like your body, but working off season, and I actually fucking enjoy training now off season. I feel like I'm enjoying not walking around weighing over 35 pounds over my limit. I love being like, shit, I can take a fight in a week. Honestly, I can. I can take a fight in 1 week, 2 weeks. So
let's talk about Bethe Correia. How do you feel like you match up against her here? Really, really exciting matchup, I think, on paper.
Yes. I think on paper, it looks like a really, like she looks really good on paper against me, and I can see that because she's a former title challenger. But I think our strengths and our experiences match up pretty well. We have pretty even fights, and I had really tough fights as well. I know she faced Ronda and Holly, but I'm going back to Kaufman. I fought Kaufman.
Yeah, you've been battle tested. This is something we talked about even in Invicta. You had tough opponents like leading into the UFC, so you sort of already had that experience. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so I feel that I got something that maybe the UFC fighters that get signed now don't have, maybe that they haven't. Like, I know all the girls that come from Invicta have been fighting tough fights, so I expect myself to have another battle. I'm really ready for everything. I put myself in that position. I've been through a hell of a camp. It's been really tough, but I'm guessing that's how it should be. Camp is not easy, and I put myself in really bad positions, and I want to see how I will cope with it, and I think I will look amazing. Actually, I think I will fucking look amazing on the 25th.
I love it. Are you anticipating her? Because, sometimes when she fights opponents, she tries to like get in their head a little bit, like during the face-offs and stuff. Or is that something you've thought about, something you've anticipated? Because I was trying to remember a past opponent that you've had that's been like that.
And people have been asking me about it, but I haven't noticed anything, but maybe just because I don't speak Portuguese. I don't even know.
Yeah, so it wouldn't matter. She could be saying whatever. She could be saying, like, you don't even know, right? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I didn't think of that.
But I don't think it's that much with me, because I didn't really get into Bethe's head. I didn't force like with
Ronda. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't even want to call it a call out, because it wasn't even a call out. It was just like, hey, you want to fight? I just can politely ask her. So I just well, we will see. Maybe she will like fire shit up on weigh-in, but I like it. That's why I kind of want to fight her, because I like the fire in her.
Yes, and that translates to a good fight, like I was sort of talking about there off the top. Anyone who follows you on social media, on Instagram, I know you've been posting a lot of photos. Looks like you're getting a lot of training in. If I'm mistaken, I mean, the COVID-19 stuff, it seems like there really hasn't been any restrictions at all for you guys over there in Sweden, right? It's been pretty relaxed to that degree.
Yeah, there was a time where the gyms closed. I mean, my own gym in Denmark closed. I mean, Denmark has been a bit more, they closed a lot of places. It's been, it was a time where I even couldn't travel in for a month. But after a month I could, because I'm working. So people that are working can travel in. But in Sweden, some gyms closed. But then, after like a month or two, they opened up again. And, our deaths and infected people in south of Sweden, it's barely anything compared to like the main capital, like compared to Stockholm. So basically, you don't have that many infected at all, and we're just by Denmark. So we just like next to each other. So they just opened. Today they're gonna open the boundaries totally between south of Sweden and Denmark. So, but yeah, we've been training basically kind of the same, but I've just been keeping my training partners close and only a couple of people that I want to train with.
Yeah, just being smart about it, obviously, because you gotta do some precautions or whatever. Now, as far as your corner, who's going to be in the cage with you that night?
Same people that was in Moscow. So it's my head coaches Nikolai Kupti and Mikhail Sederhoff, and my boyfriend and training partner Yas Island, and also pro fighter himself. So yeah.
Yeah, I met him. Remember when we did our interview? What was it last year?
Yeah.
I think when we did our interview in Vegas. I remember meeting him briefly, so that's very cool. How do you see the fight playing out? I mean, it's I kind of see this as like a 3-round war, but do you see a finish? I'm curious your thoughts.
I have a hard time saying how a fight will finish because it never ends up the way.
You have a game plan, but things can happen. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm thinking the way you're thinking. I'm thinking 3 rounds because bitch is a hard fighter to finish, and I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do this and that because you never know what's gonna happen. I don't have any control until I'm in there and see how it feels. But I've been working a lot. I have 100% belief in what I can do. So I expect it to be 3 rounds war because I'm ready for it. If somehow it will be like, hey, you guys have to do 5 rounds, I'm doing 5 rounds, no problem. So.
Let's talk about the implications of this fight. Bethe is currently ranked number 13th. I mean, if you beat her, this would have to put you in the top 15 and I'm sure propel you up that division the way I'm sure you'd like.
Yeah. I'm trying not to think too much about it, but I know that if I beat her, it will put me in a better position, of course. And that was my goal for this year, to break into top 15. And I feel that there's a lot of good fights there that I would love to, a lot of good girls I would love to beat.
Okay. And then obviously at the top of your division is Amanda Nunes, but there's a lot of uncertainty right now of what she's going to do. There's been some talks that she might retire. What do you think is going to happen? Because, obviously she wants to, sort of move on with her life. I know her wife is pregnant at the moment. What are you hearing, or what do you think is going to happen with Amanda?
I think she's going to leave. I think she's going to retire. And I mean, I thought she would retire after the Holly Holm fight. I was like, what are you going to do next? I mean, yes, there are upcoming fighters, but it's not like champ fights. You know what I mean? The Nunes, the Cyber fight is a good fight. The Holly Holm fight is a good. The Ronda fight, I think she's done a lot, and I think she wants to finish up on top. And I would probably do the same if I was her.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Something a little bit off the board here. I don't know if we talked about this. So obviously I live in Canada and hockey is a huge sport. Is hockey something that you ever watched or paid attention to, coming from Sweden?
I should, because it's a huge sport here. But no, it's just I can't stand watching team sports, sports.
Okay, no, fair
enough. Can't do it. And my boyfriend is a former soccer player.
Oh, gotcha.
Loves soccer.
Okay. Right.
But I just don't see the fun in it.
You got to watch it live. That would be my recommendation. Go watch it live. It's one of the best live sports, I think, to ever watch. I am a little biased, but the reason I brought it up is because I live in Vancouver, Canada, and the Vancouver Canucks are our team, and our star player is from Sweden. His name's Elias Peterson. He's 20 years old. This kid's like a superstar.
I've heard of him.
You have heard of him? Okay, cool.
I actually heard of him. Yeah,
okay.
Because it's a huge thing with Sweden when Swedish athletes go over to other countries and play. But I would actually think I would like hockey better than soccer, though.
Yeah, well, there's fighting in hockey too, right?
Yeah, I think so. And actually, what actually got me into martial arts, weird, but it was rugby.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Because it was this contact thing and tackling thing, and it got me into boxing somehow. It should be getting me into wrestling, but it didn't. So
that's cool. Just one more thing on the hockey thing. I have an Elias Peterson. I have an Elias Peterson jersey, so that's why I brought it up. I thought that was so cool. Out of all the jerseys I could buy, for the Vancouver Canucks, I have the Elias Peterson
20?
one. So. He's he's 20, 21. He's super young kid, but he's supposed to be the future. He's the next, the nickname they give him here is Swedish Gretzky, like Wayne Gretzky. I'm sure you've heard of Wayne Gretzky before.
Is that a famous guy?
You never heard of Wayne Gretzky? He's the best. He's the best hockey player of all time. You considered one of the best. So There you go. Not just talking about fighting, getting a little education with hockey, but anyways.
Well, Zlatan, a soccer player, he's from here. He's from this town.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, yeah. Soccer for me, soccer's hard to follow because like we have the MLS here in North America, and then we also have obviously all the leagues and stuff. It's just too tough to keep up. But that's that. Before we go, got to talk about your dog. How's he doing?
Oh, he's doing Biggie.
Biggie. Yeah, I was gonna say, how's Biggie doing?
Oh, he's coming now. He heard his name. Oh, he's good. He's good. He turned 3 in April. Come.
Now, does he come with you to the fights, or does he stay at home?
No, he doesn't want to. He thinks we're playing now, so he doesn't want to come. Come.
Oh, no worries. I've seen him. I know he exists, so it's all good.
No, he's he haven't come to like the fights yet because it's hard to get him to the States and hard countries. But I mean, the closest he ever been. No, he hasn't been to any fights. Come. Okay, he wants to say hi now.
All right, let's get a little camera. Oh, look at him there. Awesome.
Hey, say hi. Hey.
That's good. I can't find my cat. He's probably outside or something. But yeah, it'll be kind of interesting.
He turned 3 in April, and he's a big boy now.
Yeah, I was going to say he is getting pretty big now because I remember when we first did our interview, he was still pretty young. So that's awesome. This is going to be an awesome fight. It's coming up here July 25th. It is UFC Fight Night. Pannie, always appreciate the time. Anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any social media? The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for all my training partners that have been so helpful during this epidemic. It's been hard for everybody, and all my sponsors that have been helping me out here from Sweden and from the States. But thank you for everybody that been pushing this so we can fight. You never thought it. I thought it was going to take a long time before we're going to fight again, and thank you for the UFC to putting this fight island together so us international fighters will fight.